this is the solution to the Java MOOC course, Java Programming First Part, Part 6, Programming Exercise 6.2, named Stack. The programming exercise asks us that a stack is a data structure that you can add to and take from, always to the top of it or from the top, right? So the most basic example of a stack that I can provide is like the history of the browser that you're running. So whichever website that you visit the latest gets added to the top of your history, right? So stack is a similar data structure. The latest item gets added to the top of the stack, and when you have to pull an item or get an item from that particular stack, the first item on the stack, that is the latest item that has been added, will be the first one to be retrieved in the stack. So the programming exercise has been divided into two parts, with the first part asking us to adding to the stack and checking emptiness, create a stack class that has a list of strings as an instance variable. Add the following methods to the class. So we have to add 3 methods to the class, right? We have to check if it's empty. That says that if our stack is empty or not. We have add to the string, right? And the values, returns the values contained in the stack as a list. So stack as new, print is empty, then it's true. As the values, there is nothing. As the add value, as the empty, as the values. So we have, this returns the values contained in the stack as a list. Let's continue with the code and see what we can do on the first part. So let's create a class and name it stack, right? So we have to create the empty method, and first of all we have to define private array list of type string, and let's name it stack. Okay, and we need to import the Java util array list, so we have imported. Then we have a constructor to define public stack, right? And all this does is stack this dot stack is equals to new array list. Okay, so we have stack being instantiated. Then we have a method public boolean is empty. Okay, so let's see what it says is empty. Okay, so if we have this dot stack or is that dot, we have the is empty method right here is empty, then we have to return true, right? So we have to return true, true, but this becomes, else we have to return false. So but this becomes a little bit of lengthy code, as you can see, because we can simply return this, because this returns a boolean value, right? So to do that, we can simply return, okay, this. So if it's empty, it's going to return true, otherwise it's going to return false. The next thing we have to do is the add method. So the add method public void add what? It's simply add. Okay, so yeah, strn string value, and we simply have to do is this dot stack dot add, we have to add value. This is the method. And finally we have That is public array list string values returns values as dot is empty as dot values. So we have a method to print the values, right? Okay, so we can simply write this method right here, public. We have a public array with the return type of array list that is of type string, and the name for the method is values, right? And this simply returns this dot stack. Oh, what's the problem? Oh, sorry, return this dot stack. Okay, that's done. Now let's go into our main.java program and let's copy the test code and test it out. So we have here, oh my goodness, let me just give it a little bit of tab and a little bit of zoom in, and let's try and run this code. So after that, our output should be true and empty, false, and value. True and empty, false, and value. Okay, that's done. Now let me reduce its size by a little bit. Okay, now let's just move into the part 2. Taking from the stack, add to the stack class a public string take method which returns the topmost value, that is the last value added to the DQ, and removes it from the stack. So we have new stack empty values add dot value, and is empty values. So true, false, value, and then string taken equals to s dot take. Okay, this is the method that we have to add now, and this takes the topmost value, that is the last index of our list. So for that, what we can do is simply define public string take method, right? No parameters, no arguments required. So it's simply what it so this simply returns the last index of our array list, that is the top of the stack. And for that, what we have to do is for int I no we can simply have, okay, let's see what methods do we get. This dot stack dot, okay, so we have add all, clear, clone, contains, equals, for each, get class, index of is empty, get. Okay, so we have a get method here. Does apply string, and we have to provide the index, right? So the index is going to be dot get, and we need to provide an index. So let's return this, and the index will be this dot stack dot size -1, I guess, because 2 items means that size will be 2, but the index will be 1, right? If I'm not mistaken, this is how our code should work. Well, let's try and run this code and see what output do we get. And simply do that, and let's just, okay, let's try and run this code. So we have true, false, value, false, false, and value. Okay, now I think that solves our problem, right? What is this? This is another test code. So what is done here? So we have 1 added, 2 added, 3 added, 4 added, 5 added. So on the stack, this is the topmost item, right? So while stud is empty is false, we have to perform aesthetic and print the value. So aesthetic returns a string value. So the first will be 5, then will be 4, then will be 3, then will be 2, and then will be 1. Okay, so that's what it does. Let's try and submit the code. I think we have been doing this very correctly. But it says that we have some tests that failed on the server. See below. Okay, let's see what we failed. So we have, when adding the strings 8904b4 5c7 to the stack, the calls of the take method, so the values 51. Okay, to program using the following code: stack b new, stack b add this. Okay, now we can do this very problem, right? Okay. Oh wait. I just remember that we forgot to remove it from the stack, right? So yeah, we did take out the value, but we forgot to remove that value. So what we also have to do is, first of all, let's assign this to a string, and let's name top of the stack is equals to this, right? And that's done. String top of the stack, and then we have to return top of the stack. Okay, but we are to remove that as well. So for that, we have the remove method. In order to do that, what we can do is this dot stack dot, we have a remove method, right? So OST, okay, yeah, remove int index. So we have remove, and we need to provide the index, and the index is this dot stack dot size -1, and I think this should solve our problem. Do that, okay, let's that, and we simply have to print as the take, and let's just do it twice. Okay, it's just repeat take, as the take. Let's try and F6 that. So what happens is we're printing 5, 4, and 3. Okay, I think now we have successfully completed the programming exercise. Yeah, I'll just have personal server. Thank you for watching. If there are any questions, you can ask me down in the comment section. I'll see you guys on the solution of the next video.